Let's talk about downplaying today. I opened up social media and saw #1 Baiken downplayer, LordKnight. It's just outrageous. The absolute vileness to just at the developers directly with your struggles, bro. You want me to hop on? You think I want to talk to you, bro? Yeah, actually, I'm down in a second, but let me go over this. Let me cover your discretions first. What is he trying to do here? He's trying to use tatami to nullify projectiles, and he's demonstrating Potemkin versus Baiken in destroying these, you know? Absolutely despicable that you would make this comparison to such a hardworking character. You know, clearly, it's tough to keep it together. Clearly, given the responses I've seen, it makes sense for Potemkin to just instantly be able to do this. And for, I mean, I guess Lucy's, you know, we're going to complain about Lucy's gun now. Unbelievable. You know, all she needs to be able to do is do tatami and then get rid of projectiles, right? Unbelievable downplay. I saw this and I was disgusted. He has a list called the defense character, you know, potential man meme, all the things that she struggles with. And honestly, this one's kind of heat, I can't lie. The fact that he has like the list ready, he even went as far as to say, and listen, I'm all for all characters need weaknesses, but she has so many. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie to you. As someone who doesn't play Baiken, when I saw this tweet, I thought to myself, yeah, you should give her that, because that doesn't make the character good in a way that I care about at all, and that's a fake buff. If they gave her that shit, they'd be so excited and that shit wouldn't matter at all, so I would be hyped. Do you think if she could just stand still like a fat fucking chud and just do tatami here and beat Hammer, that it would even be good? I mean, Faust would just like hit 2H and just counter hit her. I think he's like asking for something that's so small. And like the way people respond is so hilarious. The anti-projectile move is not anti-projectile, like, no way. And they're just like talking shit. And then people like this guy, stupid son of a bitch, fuck your mom's head, fuck off and play another game, you incompetent bastard, bro. It sounds like a JP Win quote. Is he the greatest down player of all time or something? I don't get it. Here is Red Ditto, Evo Champs most recent tier list. You would assume, based on the way people are talking to LordKnight, that he's talking about like a character like Anji or something, right? Asking for buffs for a character who is absolutely god tier. Like, he's like these Potemkin players, maybe the best character in the game, or like top 3 or whatever, for like 2 years or something now. It's been a long ass time. And there are Potemkin players who, to this day, are like, nah, man, he's never been that good. They just start up playing him. He's like top 10. They think it's like a fucking psyop that everybody thinks this character is here. Like, they think it's a joke. They just don't realize how bad they are. That's the thing, right? Is that clearly Baiken is not a strong character. A character this week in this game, I think getting some buffs, that would be somewhat reasonable, right? And it sounds like he's downplaying the most ridiculous character of all time. It sounds like he's playing Ivan fucking Ooze. Like, he's asking for a nothing burger buff for a character who is not even that good. I remember him saying Launch Milia was 5-5 with Launch Soul. It would take decades of downplay for me to think that he is a hidden downplayer. I think it's interesting that he posted like this list of like, here's what she struggles with. She's supposed to be the defense character, and there's a bunch of like universal nerfs on here, and there's so many people who are like, you fucking idiot. Every character got this nerf. Who cares? One thing about universal nerfs is that some characters feel it a lot more than others. For example, Wild Assault being removed from the game is a big nerf to Sin. It's also a big nerf to Johnny. Johnny and Sin are in pretty different parts of this tier list, as an example. Even though both of them utilize Wild Assault extremely well, Johnny has other better conversions that he can still do, and he has other powerful things about him, whereas Sin, that's not the case alongside his other nerfs. In the same vein, all defensive characters are affected by backdash BRC being removed, but like her backdash BRC was very powerful. There are things that she can do on defense that like she can no longer take advantage of that affect her harder than other characters in the game. I like this one. Please post elo/any relevant competitive results you may have. Thank you! Exclamation point. And Idom came in here earlier, and like the first thing he said, by the way, was, I wish when people chatted to you on Twitter or on chat, you could see their rank. I think when you ask for buffs for a character who is not very strong, there's an effect on people where they view it as like their character getting weaker because some other character is getting more powerful instead. You know what I mean? They resist it and must convince you. They're like, no, trust me, people just haven't found the good stuff with the character yet, or they just don't know, they're just downplaying or whatever. There's this like cycle of feeling like you must defend your character at all times, because oftentimes the attacks on people go to their characters rather than their skill. There's a constant shifting of who they're trying to point the nerf gun at. And it's the same kind of fear in reverse that goes into buffing of like, no, you can't buff this character. Give it like 6 more months for the character to develop. You know, they're trying to like obfuscate the discussion so that you're not going to give this character any love. But like, we know the truth is the character's not that great. One thing I'd talk about, there's an expectation on the internet where if you're like a big account, you must be nice to people who are smaller accounts. AKA, if this person goes on here and says all this shit to LK can't be mean back. Someone can tweet you and be like, yo, fuck off, you're stupid, I hope you die, and I hope your family burns in hell. And you have to be like, okay, well, I understand your position, but I think eternal damnation is a little severe. Maybe we can just settle for purgatory. Now, can we discuss perhaps earlier removal of projectiles from tatami by shifting the frames slightly? That's how they want you to communicate. Go fuck yourself. You and I are the same. We're both humans, allegedly. And I'm supposed to be extremely nice to you, and you can say the meanest thing you want to me every second. And then it's fine. That is completely incorrect. Either you talk to me like a normal person, or you talk to me like an asshole, and I'm gonna call you a bitch. What up?
My lord.
Dude, they're beating your ass in the core retweets.
No, I'm beating their ass in the core retweets.
I was just saying, but I feel like your buff suggestions were actually so tame.
I probably have about 30 things they could improve with her, and they don't need to do all of them. So I'm just showing them one by one. And I'm alternating like, and like, oh.
The tatami one is one of those buffs where like, you know, I don't play Baiken, so when I saw that shit, I was like, yeah, give her that, because that'll distract the Baiken players. It's like not substantial.
Dude, I would love that. I would literally love to have that.
I would much rather she have that than being able to convert off her far slash fighting against her.
She literally needs that. It's burned to my mind. I lost to Leffen from that the first time. I hit his backdash with far slash, played HC, and then he did wake up, pull out the gun, and he ran at me and shot me and mixed me up from full screen.
You know, I saw a very famous tweet about pulling out the gun.
Yeah. I wonder who wrote that.
There's something about asking for character buffs for a not strong character that makes people so feral. I don't know what the effect is.
Some of it I think is a little bit of guiltier because remember when there was like the campaign of like nerf DPRC, like take it out the game and stuff? Yeah. So I think that people just really don't like the defensive options in this game in Strive in general. And she is the quote unquote defense character, and she makes you change a lot of your stuff. I just think there's like a limit to how much you can take away. Side note, in Sin's case, one of my early impressions of this patch is Sin is not good, and people really came at me for that. And I was like, what is good about Sin? And I don't get answers. All I got was Churara 1 with Sin. I'm still waiting for people to tell me what is good about Sin.
The moves are just not good. Especially if you compare other characters in the cast, you just feel it. Because you did the same thing and played all the characters to vanquish her. I can only imagine.
Might not know that.
Yeah. Returning to Baiken after playing some of the other characters in the game gotta hurt.
Right now, basically, I think Baiken's thing is specifically like, you need to be this tall to ride. If you're better than them and you know their character well, they basically can't do that much to you. So when you watch me play somebody that I'm like distinctly better than, everything's getting guard canceled, they can't get in, I get meter eventually, I hit them with Yos on set and win the game. But when I'm playing someone on even footing or one of her really bad matchups, you're like, what is she supposed to do? So like, just to piss Wanted Frankie off, I'm gonna use Potemkin as an example. That match was 7-3 last patch. In Potemkin's favor, I probably played 11 to 12 pots in tournament in season 4, and I have lost 2 times to pot. And she can barely do anything, and yet we found a way.
Yeah.
Then they buff Potemkin's walk speed, and they buff his 6H, which took away the only thing she had to fight the character. Right now, I think it's like 8-2. I'm like, what? I literally don't have a strategy for it. And then meanwhile, she gets compensation nerfs all the time. Oh, Leo has this. We got to nerf this from Leo. Baiken has that too, kind of. So we got to take away from Baiken. And it's like, yo, how many times do I have to sift through that before I like say something about the character?
Yeah, I don't know what it is. There are some characters where every time they nerf them, they are like, we can't nerf this character without buffing them. Some characters, they get just nerfed. Like in Street Fighter, they could just nerf Manon and then just like down. But if they nerf JP, they're like, we should also make it so that EX Ghost cancels in a level 2. Fuck it. You guys down? They're just like down to make some characters worse with no compensation. And then they just give good characters nerfs and then compensate so that they're in the same spot.
A bunch of the stuff I listed for her, these are not all the weaknesses she has. It was only the perspective of defense. Because, you know, people are like, characters need a weakness. Characters need a weakness. Well, Baiken has like 30. Is it not crazy that like her the parry that doesn't catch, that's better than catching them with parry?
Yes, it does feel like it kind of lost its identity as like an actual parry.
You do have to. You can't just not use it. You still have to do it. But it's like, how much you know?
Yeah.
So I'm just trying to share it. If someone insults me or my family or something, I'm just gonna ask them post elo, and like that's it. An extreme and the worst kind of insult is actually to ask for someone's elo.
It is mean spirited, but also correct sometimes. You have to do it. Yeah. I've been thinking about this. When like a new character comes out, I kind of don't want to rank them or like talk about how good I think their power level is, because people like really freak out, especially if a character comes out and they're weak. I like actually stopped rating characters for a while, so I just talked about the things that they're good at and bad at, and then like would not rank them overall.
I think it's hard to rank characters early, like in general. Even characters that look simple, which this game is kind of an extreme of, can be developed to a ridiculous degree. So I think it's pretty fair. The thing in this game is that there are characters that come out like lowercase AI, but since the main concern for competitive players is, does the character beat Ram, Nago, HC at the time, Gold, Lewis, Leo? So if they can't fight those characters, they might as well not exist. And that's why you hear people say the characters are so bad really early.
When Ingrid came out, I don't know if you saw, but like everybody thought she was broken right away because she was doing so much damage. But I played her for a week and I was like, this character loses to Bison. This character loses to Sagat. This character loses to Mai probably. This character loses to like legit every tournament character. The only, I think, really top tier character she fights is like JP. Who do you think you're fighting in tournament? She can't fight Cammy. She can't fight Kimberly. I was like, this is doomed, bro. A lot of people play multiple characters, so they're going to counterpick your ass anyway.
Yeah.
And I think Baiken really has a perception. The many years of you being called a down player for bitching about valid things. Yeah, dude.
It's insane to me because when I play stuff that's broken, I'm like, yo, this is broken. The only thing I can give people in this game is that top 1 Baiken is probably pretty cringe. Not even probably, very cringe. I can admit that it would be very cringe. I mean, it would be nice, but it's like, there's a thing where people are like, dude, you know she's not good. You're wasting your time. Switch characters. From a competitive standpoint, sure. And I'm not going to go into like all the counterpick exploration and stuff I've tried to do. But like, can I not ask for the thing I enjoy to be like one time? So the ABBA players are like not functional. No one understands the character. They don't understand what they did to us. Not only when she released, everyone said she's bottom 1. I played her week 1. I was like, no, there's no way she's bottom 1. She's like mad good. But then she has like a top tier patch. Or like the Slayer down player who said it took 3 months for people to figure out Slayer was viable, which is insane. That was within a couple of hours. People are like, the character is broken, right?
Yeah, I was going to say, I feel like the impression on him was insane immediately.
Dude, specifically, when they showed the Slayer silhouette after finals that year, there's a clip of me like depressed. I'm like, I can't believe they're adding him. I'm trying to tell everybody it's not a good thing that everyone's like, oh, you're not hype. You're not hype. Day 1, immediately broken. What's the point? How dare they pay to win? And I'm like, yo, some people get mad that I post these strongly disliked videos, and then the character comes out and they're like, yo, I hate Slayer.
How do you think I felt?
What are we doing?
Dude, this is
what
me.
What are we doing?
I was booing when Bison showed up on the screen.
Oh my god,
and then
holy goat.
Bro, he came out and I did scissor kick on block and I was like, this character's top fucking 5, bro. Like, what the fuck is this? I mean, I hate Slayer also, and I hate Jam.
Don't you think hate is a strong word?
Strongly dislike. Like yeah, I would say I strongly dislike.
There you go.
I tried to explain to people, as you do, why people may not enjoy Jam being in the game, and then like she comes out and then 10 minutes later everybody's like, yo, what is this 50-50 slop? And I'm like, bro, what do you think she's gonna do?
What do you think we tried to do? Yeah. And the main thing is, you know what, even if you think Jam is cringe or Robokai is cringe, I'm happy for them that the characters came out well. Am I allowed to sit down at the table too? Every top player says Baiken is bottom 3. The nation of Japan says Baiken is bottom 3. When I won that gold, I played a Japanese player and I went to Evo Japan. They all had the same question, which is, how the fuck did you do that? Because they all think she's trash.
Yeah.
How do you feel about a couple of season 1 DLC characters getting new moves?
I see you're asking about season 1 in particular.
You remember in season 3 what they said when they added the new moves?
Yes.
They were like, well, if you play like a season 1 character, you've been playing the same character since the game came out, which was like 2 years at the time.
Yeah.
So we want to give them new stuff. Maybe not give her some of what I'm asking for, but like a new move to help her weaknesses.
Yeah.
Would be kind of nice. I think Testament also low-key needs a new move.
There are some characters in this game that have just been privileged the whole time, and there are some characters where I just don't get why they won't give them a little love. Like a Baiken could definitely use something in this version. I think she's had conversion issues, and like the way they've changed her counter so many times has removed some of her identity in like a kind of frustrating way.
Right now, all her stocks in guard cancel. If you can't do it, you're playing like a third of the character, and it's really hard to do. When I hear people say stuff about it, I know they haven't tried doing it. You should boot up the game and try to guard cancel Amelia's close slash. Set a recording of like 2K2D, close slash, and then run up nothing, and try to only guard cancel the close slash. By the way, I can do it. You might be like, oh, okay, fine. Give it a try. Just give it a try. If you're watching it on my stream, you saw I'm like jumping out of my chair every time close touch happens. And remember, I'm the best at using it.
Anything like this always requires so much strain on your brain. So you just are worse at dealing with everything else when you're trying to do this.
I can't actually play this character against a high level player for more than an hour. Where I can play Milia like all day. I'm like, I need electrolytes. I need like fructose. Like I gotta hydrate constantly. It takes a lot of physical effort.
If you invest a lot of time in a character, particularly in a game like this, there's like a certain mastery you have. And if you swap characters, it takes a long time to regain the level of mastery. And also there might just not be a character you want to play that's the exact style that you're looking for that's better than your current character. Like I think most players should not just play a character who's cheap. They should play a character who is cheap, who fits their ideal playstyle and like intentions in the game, right? Because like if you don't land on something that's like the right combo of both, I think it's hard to want to invest like X amount of thousands of hours of mastery. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you're 100% correct. The true fighting game dream from a competitive perspective is good player, broken character that they like. That's when you start talking about eras. Like LK Mitsuru, Lawso Elfel, early Hotashi Nago, like that stuff. There are players like Takedo, for example, who have like a reputation for just picking cheap stuff. And like you will do well when that happens, but that's not where dynasties are formed. It's really good person and like playing something that vibes with them and it's good.
Yeah, I mean they've been making fun of his Tokido's JP for a while. He's looking like a mercenary on that character.
There's some very good people in fighting games I know of who haven't had that, and they're great. They're amazing. They have great results, and like they just never have that run because they just don't have that. There's no like Summer of Flux or something like that, for example. That's a deep reference. That's a deep reference, but the Summer of Flux. Truly, at this point, I think it's the goal is to find the top tier that doesn't get nerfed, not like the okay character that's gonna get buffed. Here's another thing, and again, I just want to piss off Wanted Frankie. Pot had a big problem once where his hits didn't matter in neutral. Like he'd hit you with 5H, nothing happens. Normal hit. Yeah. And I was like, man, you know what? I don't like Pot in this game, but that sucks. It sucks that people get hit by that and they don't care.
Yeah.
And they gave him hard knockdown off 5H when it hit Airborne. And that was really spooky and it made Potemkin scary. You know, Potemkin anti-air sucks. They buff his 6P so it hits like behind him like he has a third eye. Okay, cool. They're like, oh, Pot needs a new move. Everyone's getting new moves. Pot is really weak against people jumping from almost full screen. Like Axel just standing there jumping over and over. Faust jumping over and over from all the way up here. Let's give him a move for that. So they get all that and more. They're like, man, they took away our Karas. They took away our FUD. We want it back. They get that back. I'm like, man, it would be really nice if this thing, Tatami, worked like this. They're like, can't have that. While they have Flick, it's the best move in the fucking game. It's like, no one can whip punish it. -4. Beats every fucking projectile for free, but he needs it. I hate Potemkin. I was there for them on all those changes because they are fair ideas. But for some reason, when I'm like, yo, my character has these problems, all of a sudden it's downplay. Like, be for real.
Dude, characters need weaknesses is so funny to use as a defense and offense. You know what I mean?
I know.
Yeah, it is. It really goes whatever way you need it to at the time.
I would much rather you pull the me and just say you hate the character, so you don't want to see the character improved, than you lie or say something dumb or just show that you don't know the character. The Tommy thing was a great example because the clip of Tatami clashing CSE, I think, has like 200k views. And many replies are, I've played this game for more than 1,000 hours, didn't know she could do that. Yeah. It's so bad that people didn't know she could do that. The only people who know are Leo players, because you use it against Leo H-Boom, and you could use Tatami against Leo in neutral. It's not like an accident. It's in the notes. It's like 15 frames of clash.
I usually say things like, it's okay to not know, but don't speak to me. Don't speak to me if you don't know. I
have a unique power where I flayed everybody.
Yeah.
They can't hit me if you don't understand my character's nerfs. I do.
Yeah.
I do. I literally do. I played the character.
I feel like I can't engage in this in the same way because the first thing that happened to me is I played a character who I thought was bottom 5 in like the first game I was competing in a lot. And then everybody told me he was potential man and he was actually good. And then I just picked the best character in the game and started beating everybody who I was like going even with or struggling with before. And I was like, I've learned. Because when I won with the good character, it was this character's broken. And when I lost with the bad character, it was, nah, you just don't get it yet.
That's what it all is. If your feed is filled with a lot of balanced discourse in the next week or two, it is my fault.
No, you got to get active.
It has to be done. It has to be done now, too, because they make these patches like 3 months before they actually come out. So
that's ball knowledge, by the way. You are right. If you want changes for a character, you got to be early because it takes a while. Because
that's my complaint about the game right now. It's just the character balance stuff. I think basically every system mechanic change they made is good. Why are some characters still on the last patch? And why do some characters just don't get love? You know, Testament's another one. Never had a patch. You want to know a fun stat about Testament? How many matches do you think Testament has played in Arc World Tour top 8s that are not silver, so gold or higher?
It's got to be less than like 10. So
it is 9.
Okay.
It's 9. HC is the most by far. It's like double of second place.
I was the first one to get shot. So I
You were, I remember.
That shit is not chill vibes, bro. I got shot and they were bitching about Soul while I was getting shot, and I was like, this is not good, guys.
Peeps, something bad.
I was like Paul Revere, bro. I was trying to tell them. I was on my horse, like, guys, this shit is crazy, and they were asleep, like they did not care, bro. I tried to tell them. The thing about my ultimate downplayer title, the reason I thought it was so funny is because your suggestions are so benign and tame, and the response is so ferocious. Like, I feel like you are asking for the least offensive buffs of all time and getting the most insanely funny flame of all time. What happened?
To be fair to these people, I do be talking shit, so, you know.
I mean, I guess.
I'm a competitor. But when characters that I hate have problems, I acknowledge the problems all the time.
I'm with you.
I hate item kill characters. I hate Faust. And I'm like, bro, you guys nerf Faust. Like, you find ways to nerf Faust, which is, to me, is insane. The little kid in me is happy, but like the competitive fairness in me is like, this is fucked.
I try to be reasonable in that way too, about my holistic view of the game and like where the characters are in regards to the system and their overall power level. So I feel that it is frustrating when you're looking around like, why they don't want me, man? What's going on here? Like, why me, bro? Like every other fucking character. Like, it's yeah.
And I'm really not trying to come at people's skill right away. I really want to, but it's not fair to them. So
yes, you want to dialogue first.
Like later, it's after some conversation where I go, okay, like where are we?
Baiken is not that good, and like the things that make her not that good are things that you're like, nah, she should probably have that. I think it's like very reasonable, and I don't even like Baiken that much.
Yeah, if I'm ever unreasonable, let me know. Do you want a preemptive one as a bonus?
Oh sure, what you got?
You gotta put Pot Baiken, and you gotta put Pot at a spot where 5H whiffs, and then do H comedy and 5H at the same time and see what happens.
The thing about this Potemkin character is every time I fight him, I almost always think like the person on the other side of the screen is doing so little, and they think they're doing so much. That's like one of the only characters I think that about constantly.
I am making a video about all characters to Vanquisher, and Pot was the last one, and I felt nothing. For lack of a better word, I just put my hand flat on the buttons and rubbed the buttons for a bit. And I got him to Vanquisher, and I was like, wow, amazing. I do understand some people find that fun. That's not my fun, but when your character had problems, we were all there for you. And then for some reason, when my character has problems, all of a sudden, massive downplayer. Well, if Pot is top 1 and Baiken is bad, how do you get results with Baiken? And I'm like, I wonder how. Yeah.
That seems fair. Yeah. I mean, it's not like he gets a lot off his 5'8".
No.
Yeah.
It has an extended hurt box. As you can see, she only has one arm, so I think it's very odd that she had an extended hurt box on that move. And that move has a ton of weaknesses. It's very easy to abuse, and also she can't whiff punish stuff.
Yeah, when he's just sitting here doing this.
Free. Yeah.
To me, when I look at the move should be like a disjointed committal option where if they air dash on you, you die. But if you just do the move and they're like interacting with you on the ground, especially from far, you should just win. I actually just like don't know what else you want the move to be. This Pot player is not gonna like this one.
No, they're gonna hate me. They're gonna hate it. But he has had the advantage in this matchup for years, and they keep buffing him so that it gets worse. Right now, I think there's no hope. Actually, truly, for the first time, I'm like, it's hopeless. In previous patches, I was like, there's a way. There's a way. Once upon a time, she could parry guarded impact. They couldn't use guarded impact on her. And they didn't like that. They really didn't like that. And now it's projectile. You can't do it. And now when I'm like, it really sucks I can't do it, they're like, hold that. I'm like, wow, awesome. Thanks, guys.
Guard crush moves are really fascinating, aren't they?
Yes. Yeah, when we asked for YRC against Guard Crush, they were like, you're crazy, it's gonna kill our offense, you know.
And listen, as someone who thought Gold Lewis was good in the first version he came out, I understand.
You were ahead of the game.
It was very valid.
You had the foresight.
That character was clearly so insane. In fact, when you could not interact with Guard Crush, that character was so ridiculous. It was insane to describe to people just how powerful he was.
After Gobo won the Red Bull Kumite, I was like, let me try Gold Lewis, because everyone says he's bottom 1, but he just won this thing, so let me try him. Let me actually try him.
Yeah.
So I made a separate PSN account, and I legitimately got him to Celestial in 6 games,
Mhm.
and I didn't learn a combo. I just learned the pressure thing that they did.
Yeah.
And that's it. That was insane. I was like, oh my god! Like
You can
what?
play Gold, even still, you can play Gold Lewis by doing far/behemoth, jump D behemoth, 5k buffer behemoth. That's kind of all you need, to be honest.
But yeah, I don't want to keep you. I know you have other topics. That's all I got for you.
No, I'm about to steal your strat, bro. When you start just adding Arxis, I'm gonna do that today. I'm about to add Zoran Mamdani. I'm about to add Mark Merrill. I'm about
Whoever's got to see it, they got to see it.
Yeah, Feige for Doctor Strange and Marvel Tokon. I got this. I'm about to start fucking adding people, bro. That's what I gotta do.
I got to use my platform for my character. What else can I say?
At NYC Mayor, gotta hit him up.
All right, but yeah, let me split.
Yep, Godspeed out
Thank
there,
you for having me
bro.
on.
I can't wait to see this
Best
shit on
support.
Twitter. Thank you for
Fucking
feeding
fight.
the people.
Hopefully you guys understand. If I sound crazy, let me know. I'll see y'all next time.
Yeah, peace.
Peace.
Baiken is bad or not? I don't think she's that good now. I don't think that's controversial, though, is it? I mean, maybe if you're... I don't know. I don't know who thinks that's controversial.